I'm talking today to Tom Makau, who is a commentator on power issues in Kenya. Tom, what's the current energy shortfall in Kenya?
Okay, currently there's a shortfall of about 700 megawatts. Our generation capacity in the country is just about 1300 megawatts.
So you need about 2,000 to...
Yeah, just about 2,000. We have 70% of this current generated power coming from hydroelectric, and a huge chunk of the remaining from fossil fueled power.
Diesel generated?
Yes, diesel generated. Yeah.
And so what's the issue there? Obviously the diesel is quite expensive.
Yes, diesel is expensive, and because most of this power generated from hydro is for supplying base load, we find that during peak time, the demand for power in Kenya shoots up. And the effect of that is that diesel generation plants have to be called in to meet this excess demand for power, especially from about 7 p.m. That has the effect of having a huge percentage of the electricity bill being fuel cost. Yeah, and the other effect is that the bill becomes unpredictable, because if a huge chunk of it is fuel, then you have an issue where the global oil prices fluctuations have a direct impact on the pricing of
so the higher the oil price,
yes,
the bigger the impact on...
Yes, and there's usually a lag of about a month or two because of the fact that we are net oil importer. Yeah. If we have a fluctuation this month, the impact will be seen 2 months later in the bills. Yeah.
And what plans are there to meet this shortfall?
In the country currently, I think one of the first things that the country has a Vision 2030. This vision aims to make Kenya a mid-sized industrialized country by the year 2030. And that can't happen without power. One of the key things that is happening is the exploration of geothermal power in Kenya.
And where is that happening?
In the Rift Valley. Kenya is blessed to be one of the countries in which the Rift Valley cuts through, and because of the geological activities in the Rift Valley, there's a lot of geothermal potential in that area. In fact, some analysts predict that the amount of power that we can generate from geothermal is able to meet our demand for power.
And so what's the timeline on geothermal?
There is already some activity in terms of exploration and drilling of the oil wells. There are several companies already in the country drilling geothermal sinks. Yeah. And one of the key challenges that these companies are facing, again, is of course the political will. Yeah, these are private companies in partnership with the government. Government changes every 5 years, so they are never really sure whether they're in this for the long term.
Yes.
But there's a lot of work happening at the moment in as far as geothermal is concerned.
And the second part of what you were talking about as a solution to the shortfall was interconnecting with other countries. Where are things with that?
Yes, if you look at our neighbors, Kenyan neighbors like Ethiopia and Uganda, they have potential to generate excess power, which we can benefit from. But again, we can only benefit from that power if we interconnect our national grids. The plan to interconnect national grids is, I would say, currently just on paper.
Yes.
Again, there is need for political will for that to happen. There are other grand regional projects like the LAPSET and the Kenya-Uganda Railway, which are supposed to have happened. So the performance of these regional projects should be a telltale sign of how fast we are going to achieve the grid interconnectivity. Yeah. So if this,
and what you're saying is not very fast.
yes, unfortunately not very fast.
Yeah.
But that would be a good solution, because again, power, if you look at power consumption and power generation, economies of scale have a very big impact on the final pricing of power. And the larger the national grid, the better things are for a country. And if we interconnect the various national grids of various countries, then the economies of scale will come into play and benefit the power consumers.